I really have always kind of enjoyed American cinematographers, the ones that I got to work not directly with, but worked on the show with, like Gordon Willis, who was a great cameraman. Working with him, that was just a treat, you know. And when I was best boying, which for those that are starting to come into the business and understand terminology, you know, you have the gaffer, chief lighting technician, and then their assistant. You should call it a best boy. Working in that capacity, you're outside the bubble. You're looking in. So watching Gordon Willis work with his gaffer was kind of like, okay, wow, this is a trip. This is how. It's not like stepping around him lightly. It's like, hey, yeah, you've got that name, I've got this name, we're getting the work done. And so where there's a collective, you know, agreement that, like, you know, don't be afraid to offer something. Just don't do it out in front of everybody at me, right? So the ones I really liked, enjoyed, was working with all these great cameramen in a capacity where I wasn't the gaffer. You know, Gordon Willis, Haskell Wexler, Vilmo Zsigmond, Robbie Greenberg, Jordan Cronenworth. I got really lucky. I worked with a lot of really good people, as did many other people I grew up with in the business. I think you watch and you learn, right? You know, I never forget on Bonfire of the Vanities, I was working, Colin Campbell was a gaffer, and this was kind of like the end of my best boying days, and I was rigging gaffer. But, you know, the part I said before about a prankster, you know, so Vilmos, who I'd worked with a lot with Colin, we had done Witches of Eastwick, I think, when we first worked together. And I remember he was up on the Chapman crane, and I went up and I tied his shoelaces together, right? And everybody in the crew is watching, and they're just like, oh my God, he's really gone over the edge. And of course, I wasn't going to let him get up and try, but, you know, he moved his feet, and then he's, Ving. Have you ever heard Vilmos talk? God, he's passed away. He's a funny, great guy, and really talented. Bring the cane down. Who tied my shoes together? Pat, come here. Yes, Vilmos? Did you do this? The shoe thing? Yeah. Yes, I did. I wasn't going to let you trip and fall. I was bored. I thought it'd be fun. You know, Pat, you have a big future. I think in comedy, not in lighting. Now untie my shoes so I can go back to work. You know, just crazy stuff like that. So again, the timing, you know, you gotta be aces in your job, because they're gonna get rid of you, right? But there's that moment when it's just like, in the Bonfire of the Vanity, they wrote a book about the making of it. It was just drama. Well, we were shooting B footage comedy skits every time they'd leave a set. They would leave a set, and the video guy'd come back, and, you know, we'd have the mummy of one of these actors in a coffin, and this scene we had just done, and we'd be throwing one-liners to him and shaking the coffin to make him work with filming them. Or, you know, who was the actress that was in it? Very famous. But we put, you know, she saw us filming all the time with video cameras, and so we put black shoe polish on the eyepiece, you know, and she goes, I want to shoot. Oh, no. You know, it's very difficult, and you're going to have to go back to work soon. I got to shoot. Let me, you know, up to her eye. You know, I'm just like, oh, we're dead. Past Melanie Griffith. And then, of course, she takes off, and they're like, Melanie, you've got makeup. And she looks back at me, and she's just like, you know. But it was a time where you could do it, you know, in the essence of it. So did I learn anything from cameramen in that period? A lot. And to a point where I wanted to go do it, but not necessarily be the camera. I wanted to be a gaffer. I wanted to get up there and try. And then that was when I had to let go of my comedy stints as far as tying shoes together and stuff.